teller who specializes on horoscope, fortune telling, psychic readings, and spiritual guides. With over 30 years of experience, she has been touching lives positively, bringing hope to the broken, healings to the depressed, and answers to the questions about nature. You can call Sister Dobong on 718-253-7273. The number again, 718-253-7273. Or you can also come to 1752 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn in New York. 1752 Flatbush Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, Namakamboe. Oh, Namakamboe.
Dolly boy, yeah. Dolly boy, yeah.
You're listening to King and Queen Radio.
Hello, look, yeah. She goes there. My pretty little princess, goodness. Oh my God, yeah, she's full of greatness. I go bless you every day on my diet. Any nigga come close, I go shout diet. On top me to sell a H, baby no fit diet. Follow me, parachute, make we go fly jet. This one no be street matter, never ever fly fence. Carry me, meaty papa, make up pay your diary. On a wedding day, all of us will fly yellow. With my fellow, them go follow. Cause I'm slim and I'm fresh, never die. A, B, C, me and you go come together. 1, 2, 3, no stress, no stress. A, B, C, me and you go come together. 1, 2, 3, no stress, no stress. Brother me, but no bother me. I don't care about the economy. Anything you want, I go ordering. Hello, babe, into the room. Yeah, me and you, yeah, we go talk. You could talk, kitty, go. You could talk, yeah, you could talk. Yeah, I never pay for the food, we could talk. We could talk, kitty, go. Yeah, A, B, C. Me and you go come together. 1, 2, 3, no stress, no stress. A, B, C. Me and you go come together. 1, 2, 3, no stress, no stress. Anything you want, normally I go do. I go shift to womb if you tell me to do. Yeah, it's the promised land, all of us we go reach, yeah. Listen to rhythm, harmony, melody, show walking, comedy. Me and you go chop money, everly, normally. My money, it a body. I no go never, ever ready for money. I get money for body, my pocket, bank account, for wallet. Normally, I no go borrow for money. I get money for body, my pocket, bank account, for wallet. Normally, I no go borrow for money. Yeah, A, B, C.
Good morning, Africa. What a beautiful morning here. Good morning, folks. Thanks for tuning in with us this morning. I'm looking at the traffic here in Nigeria, and everybody's up just going and moving. People are looking pleasant and happy today. Lot, good morning to you. DJ Popma, good morning to you. I know you's ready. I know everybody's in the mood for this good music. So am I. And I just want to say, welcome, Africa. And yes, we had a great show celebrating my birthday in New York City. Tonight was a great show, and we really celebrated, and I enjoyed the show very much. So many people corresponding, and I just want to give thanks to all who sent me gifts, who celebrated, and I want to just say shout out to everybody in the whole wide world. And I want to say again, shout out to the whole wide world. And thank you so much for supporting the King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, SisterDobong.com. I am more than happy. And looking out here early in the morning in Nigeria, it is so beautiful. And I just want to say to all my African people and worldwide, thank you for tuning in every morning here with us on King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, SisterDobong.com. And I know you's excited to go to the YouTube to get Sister Dobong prayers. Yes, I have a video done, and with the help and of Lot Sundays. He helped me put together the music. You know, he's very good in what he do, and me and him, we crafted up a good video, and this video is very inspiration worldwide. For whoever listen to it will receive a great blessing. So make sure you send your friends, listen to it as much as possible to get good luck in your house, your home, or wherever you at. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. You're listening to King and Queen Radio, and we're live in Africa. And again, Lot, I know you're feeling good this morning. So what do you have in store for us?
Yeah, good morning once again. Good morning to all our beautiful listeners all over the world, And we welcome you once again to this great episode of the Monday Night Show that, which coincidentally rhymes together with the birthday of the CEO and owner of the station, has herself, Zina Palin, aka Sister Dobong, aka the Mama African, aka the true psychic reader of all time. Now, we so much I don't know for any other people that have come, that have experienced you in their lives, but for me personally, I know there are rigidities and there are challenges that we have faced as a team, but then I am glad to be part of this dream that you have, actualized to reality. I'm happy to be part of what you have achieved so far. The radio station itself, and then the platform that you have given for each and every one of us here in Africa. I don't know. I'm grateful, and I so much appreciate you, and I appreciate everything about you, and of course, as the owner and manager of King and Queen Radio, the owner and the CEO of King and Queen Radio, you've always been proactive in making sure that you put things together. I'm always learning from you, and even though at different paces and how maybe our perspective might not rhyme, but of course we are always learning from you, and it is a privilege for us to keep witnessing grace and sufficient grace, and each and every time and each day that passes, we understand that life is a gift itself. So once more, happy birthday to you. I have a special song from Stevie Wonder, a happy birthday song. I'm going to be playing it subsequently during as we begin the show proper. So maybe I'll just go ahead and play it right now, so before we even kickstart the show very, very well. So once again, I want to wish you a very powerful and a long-lasting happy birthday celebration. And apart from that, I wish you long life and prosperity, and of course I wish you the best of the best, like I always pray for you. Last year, of course, I went to the church, and of course I prayed for you in the church. I showed you the live video. We went to the church and we prayed for you, so it was something nice. I also prayed for some of my friends that we're having birthdays today, 7th of August. Last year I did that, and then of course some of my friends, I prayed for them together as well. So it's something I want to make a habit, to pray for the people that I'm in contact with, not just in contact with people that are generally in your life, people that have contributed in one way or the other in your life. At least there are things that money cannot buy, that you'll be able to give them. When you pray for people, when you wish them the positive things of life, nature will respond, the universe will respond, God himself will respond. So is one of those things, and as a true representative of yours in Africa here, I wish you the best. I wish I could take an hour to do this, but then I wish you the best, and we'll always celebrate you. And I don't know about any other person out there, but I will always contribute and give you my best. So with that being said, I want to dedicate Stevie Wonder happy birthday to you, the CEO and owner of King and Queen Radio.
a world party on the day you came to be. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I just never understood how a man who died for good could not have a David Wood. He said, aside for his recognition, because it can never be, just because some cannot see, the dream is clear as he, that they should make it become an illusion. And we all know everything that each different time will bring, or in peace our heart will sing. Thanks to Martin Luther King. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Why has there never been a holiday? Yeah. Where peace is celebrated all throughout the world. Time is overdue for people like me and you who know the way true is love and unity to all of God's children. You be afraid of this, and the whole day should be spent in full remembrance of those who lived and died for the oneness of all people. So let us all begin. We know that love can win. Let it out, don't hold it in. Say it loud as you can. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Ooh, yeah. We know the key to unity of all people is in the dream that you had so long ago that lives in all of the hearts of people who believe in unity. We'll make the dream become a reality. I know we will, because our hearts tell us so.
Lot, did you have a hard time getting to the studio today? When you're going through this traffic in Nigeria,
Yeah.
you don't never know if you're gonna make it on time. Lot, I'm here the scenes. You could probably hear the background of the traffic. Uh,
Yeah.
tell us, uh, tell us a little bit about the traffic here in Nigeria in Lagos. And is there any changes being made? Is there any highways being built? And where is the most busiest street? And where is the most safest street? And where can people travel
Yeah.
to get where they want to go much faster? Because they bring us in all kind of shortcuts, and I mean, wow, it is
Yeah.
amazing. You was explaining to us about the hospital and
Yeah.
accident. What happened if someone get hit on the highway lot? Give the folks in America and other countries the conditions of accidents on the highway, and if anybody ever visited in Nigeria,
Yeah.
how would they be able to cope with accidents, and what do you do? Do they have people on site to take care of you if people run you over, if you run into trouble? And how is the accident rate going on? Tell us a little bit about the traffic and what's going on here in Nigeria as far as construction of new highways. And is it best to travel by car, or is it better to travel by bicycle
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
by motorcycle,
Yeah.
which is a scooter? So tell
Yeah.
us what you say, La. What do you think, and what is your best way of traveling?
Okay. I think for Nigerians, I always recommend that, except if you don't have the money for flight. It depends on the destination you are heading to, and of course it depends on the purpose of your traveling, the purpose of you traveling. So if you're going out, I think the safest route, Nigerian routes are not actually as safe as before in terms of insecurity. We've not even talked about the accident, the rate of accidents generally in Nigeria, but generally, I would advise people to use the flight. Like if you're going from Lagos to Abuja, or maybe Lagos to Akwa Ibom, or Lagos to Jos, or Lagos to Bornu, or Lagos to any state in Nigeria, or Enugu, Anambra, from Lagos, you would want to. I would advise you to use the flight, because flight is the safest means of transportation in Nigeria, not just in Nigeria, which is also going to be faster for you. Now, if you use the bus or you use the Marco Polo, they used to call it luxurious bus down here in Nigeria. If you use the Marco Polo, it will take you some hours to reach your destination. Maybe an interstate movement from Lagos to another state might cost you like at least 15 to 18 hours journey, which on flight is going to be 1 hour 30 minutes, maximum 2 hours. That's all of it. So I think flight is fast and is safe, and the Marco Polo luxurious is not as safe compared to the flight, but it's better than a local bus. There's an 18-seater bus they call in Nigeria, the local bus, the 18-seater. If you use that 18-seater, it's faster, but then it usually experience accident due to the kind of speed these people are always speeding. And there are so many factors that are contributing to the rate of accident in Nigeria. One is carelessness. Two is overspeeding. Three is bad roads, bad road generally. And then four is a mentality, Nigerian mentality. Now, for example, I would say the first one is, which I said is overspeeding, and or I would say carelessness. Nigerians have this habit of carelessness. Like you just you get in the car, you don't care, you can drive carelessly. Like people overtake in Nigeria. I don't know how it does in other states, in other countries, but there's a way they drive. They overtake people. They do overtaking. Like usually, maybe if you want to overtake somebody, you have to make sure that you are ready to to overtake. And Nigeria is a country that people don't obey the law. Nigerians don't obey the law. So if there's any law, any traffic law or road law that is guiding the federal government route, nobody obeys. So I think it will be advisable for people to watch out and be safe. Now, carelessness. People drive carelessly, reckless driving. They will drive so many accidents have been recorded in Nigeria as a result of careless driving. Now, overspeeding is another thing. Somebody would be either under the influence of alcohol, or somebody would be like a kind of over driving, and the person would be so fast on, the person will be driving too much. And if the person is doing that is like, it will be too fast. And once once a driver is, if anything pops up in the middle of the road for the driver cannot control. He might, there's a 99% chance that he will not be in control, because if something just appear boom out of his front like that, maybe an animal or maybe somebody is crossing the road without looking at both sideways, bam, that's already an accident. You hit somebody, and then so it is not good. That's carelessness, over speeding. And another thing is bad road. We have a problem of maintenance culture in Nigeria. And if I tell you that I don't know about other countries, because I've not gone out of Nigeria before, but I do read and make researches, so I believe that Nigeria is not the worstest country on earth, but we have a problem of maintenance culture. Now, when I say the problem of maintenance culture, I mean the habit of maybe Nigerian government not being able to take care of the roads they built some years ago. It has to be with maintenance. But if you go to some states in Nigeria, their governors actually did well in maintaining their roads, but there are federal roads and there are local roads. So federal roads are roads that are usually maintained by the government. Both the federal road and the local road are bad. Now, if you see some of these potholes, you'll be in trying to dodge that potholes for the safety of your car or vehicle, or any driving vehicle or something you're driving. Almost, I would say, so many accidents have been recorded as a result of people trying to dodge potholes. 9 out of 10, most of the times in Nigeria, the accident rate is usually maybe overtaking or carelessness, overspeeding, reckless driving, or as a result of bad roads. So maybe the driver is driving on a normal speed, or maybe he's driving at 100 kilometers per hour, or maybe 200 kilometers per hour. He doesn't actually pay attention to the road. He doesn't know that there's a speed bump ahead, maybe not a speed bump, a pothole ahead. And then maybe he's not actually paying attention, and then he runs into that, boom. And that's already, like, especially if they are not lucky, most of the time they are not lucky, is already an accident. And if that happens, casualties, and many people lost their lives in Nigeria as a result of this. So I wouldn't want to go deep on this. And another thing is Nigerian mentality. Now, if you talk about Nigerian mentality, originally, if you're going out of your house in Nigeria, in the States, for example, in the Western world, somebody will make sure that his car is functioning well. Before he goes out, he will check his car, check the fuel gauge, check the brakes, check the throttle, check the steering wheel, check this and that and the rest of them, to make sure that, check the engine, you open the bonnet and do some checkups before you go out. In Nigeria, we don't just care. Nobody cares. You just come out. I don't know. Nigeria is a civilized country, but there are so many people that are behaving like barbarians. Uncivilized people. I'm not saying because I don't know. Is it because of the hardship, or is it because of the situation we found ourselves in the country? I'm not saying this. There are so many people that, you just come out of the you don't check the healthiness of your car. You don't check, you yourself have to make sure that your car is safe. In another country, when you drive a car that produces a lot of smoke, you pay. That's already an environmental pollution. Nigerians don't care. A car will be producing a smoke as if the whole place is gonna burn. It's bad. It's polluting the environment. One, the noise these cars are generating is too much. This is why if you enter Lagos for the first time, if you're in Lagos for the first time, if you are going to the island, you will come back with headache. You will come back with headache because of the loudness. Like, it's the loudest state in Nigeria. Is the busiest place in Nigeria, where the cars will be like, I don't just know how to describe it, but it's more of like, it's very chaotic on the roads. They'll be pressing horns, all the long vehicles on the same road, the short vehicles on the same road, bicycle, bikes, all this napep on the roads, all of them. Everybody will be blowing horns because of the traffic, and so people want the roads to be clear. So they will be pressing horns. Oh my God! Anytime you go out, you come back with headache. Ask anybody that stays in Lagos, they will tell you. If you go out of Lagos, maybe if you go out to the mainland, before you come back in the night, you will come back. There is a 90% chance you come back with headache. I'm telling you, it has happened to me for many times. It's because the loudness, and me, I usually like quiet places. I don't like places that are very noisy. I usually love quiet places that are quiet, so I can sit down and maybe if I'm doing a research, or maybe if I'm reading a book or doing something, I would be able to, digest it properly. So, but the whole point of this is that we have a long way to go, because we as Nigerians, as citizens of this country, we have to take precautionary measures. Apart from just pointing fingers on the government and say government should do this, government should do that, Nigerians also have a role to play. Like, if you know that you're a law and abiding citizen, you have to obey the traffic law, you obey the overspeeding law, the road safety guidelines. If they say you shouldn't exceed 100 kilometer per hour, you don't exceed 100. Why would you exceed? Some people are running on 150, 200. That is a hell of a speed. There are many hell riders in this country, and they kill people. And sometimes if they kill people, they don't stop, and nobody chases them. Like in the States, if you hit somebody and you don't stop, the police will come from nowhere and start chasing you. Before you know it, they will get you, because CCTV cameras are everywhere. It's an organized country. I don't know. They also have their own lapses. They also have their challenges, crime rate and other things. But then in Nigeria, Nigerians are not law abiding. Like, it's not everybody behaves like an outlaw. You understand what it means, like, to be an outlaw. So if you're listening to our voices out there, my people, please obey the Nigerian law, obey the traffic laws, obey the Nigerian road safety guidelines, and please, speeding kills. And it's something that, has been killing people and is still killing. Please, we are begging you to maintain your safety rules and regulations that is guiding this country. By doing so, you're going to not just save your own life, but you're going to save the lives of your family, because there are so many people that are looking up to you. Imagine you as a father of your own family, and then you engage. And another thing is alcohol. Before I forget, another thing is alcohol. Now, don't drink and drive. There are so many people that will drive and they will be under the influence of alcohol and be driving. That alone, oh my God. Oh, no. There was a time somebody ditched his car in a river. So many people came. It is the people in that community that came out and saved him. After he recovered, they beat him very well, because how would you drink and drive and then you go and ditch your car? He was beaten. People beat him. People in that community, they waited for him to recover and they beat him. Because there are so many people in the back of the car. They explained the situation. He was drunk. You can't be under the influence of alcohol and expect you have self-control and be driving. You're risking your lives and the lives of people, the lives of other passengers. So many bad roads. And my advice for people that are coming into this country is that if you are having an interstate travel, maybe from Lagos, you want to travel for maybe tourism, for research purpose, or maybe for something, you want to travel. If it is from Lagos to another state, if it is an interstate, even if it is not from Lagos, if it is from another state to another state in Nigeria, please use flight. It is the safest means of transportation for you. Less delay, fast, and it's more secured. You understand? So, except that this is very expensive in Nigeria. It's usually for the rich. But I would advise people, if you have the money, your life is better than the money you have. So you can save your life and spend the money. Save your life if you're traveling, and especially if the priority of the journey you're going for is very, very high. You can use the flight and go. So another thing is, please, we beg you. And if you're coming to the country and if you don't want to use flight, you can use you can hire a taxi and tell the taxi not to run. Once you hire a taxi, you can be able to tell the taxi whatever you want, and the taxi will follow you at his own pace, or at their own paces. They will follow you. And if you tell the cab driver, please, I don't want you to overspeed, please, I want you to go moderately. You don't have to be overspeeding. You don't have to engage in reckless driving, because I'm not in a haste. So you can just drive jejely. Just tell them jejely, or you tell them you want to drive normally. So you don't want, even when I climb on bike, anytime if I climb on Okada, we call them Okada, these people that drive on bike and they pick you wherever you are. They'll pick you on bike and then you take it to your own short destination. So they do it from maybe one area to another area, maybe short distance. So it's just like maybe within Flatbush or something, maybe one distance to another distance within Flatbush, you can use an Okada. So in Nigeria we call it an Okada. You pay for it, they will take you. So anytime I get an Okada, I tell them, please bro, I don't want overspeeding. I want you to drive jejely. I don't want to just drive normal. I don't want too much of speeding, because you only have one life. Please protect it. So people listening out there, we want to say a great shout out to all our listeners out there all over the world, from the continents of Africa to the lands and coastlines of Asia, Southeast Asia, North America. This is one of the best radio stations in the whole wide world, because it uses the platform of the internet to reach an unlimited number of people all over the world. So if you are listening to us right now, this is King and Queen Radio, and this is Monday Night Show. And of course, it might be morning in your own state, it might be morning in your country, it might be evening in your country. The time zones are different. Nature is always wonderful. And in case you're joining us, I am Lot, and we're hosting the show together with my boss and the CEO and owner of King and Queen Radio, who is celebrating her birthday. 7th of August is a special day, and of course, if you're out there celebrating birthday today, we wish you long life and prosperity as well. You'll be lucky to celebrate it with a genius, with a powerful psychic reader, and of course with a host who has been hosting and taking care of the radio station for the past 20 years, for more than 20 years. Isn't that amazing? And now, ladies and gents, let's enjoy some songs, and then we come back and continue with the show.
Then the things say I can't do for face, but I know that nothing you don't go tension me. You're messing with the wrong person. Then the things say I can't do for face, but I know that nothing you don't go tension me. You're messing with the wrong person.
Hey. I know they look at your face and I display or not. AG baby, pass me the weapon, don't be catapult. Like a last to they hot, my finger to they make them all gun them down. Black out, promo the jig is up on the board, don't you with trust. Put them in the body bag and bash stuff. Cancer will be why I fought with everything I got. Obalola, I'm the ruler of this anger. Make I book and show my color.
Then the things say I gentle for face, but I know God. Nothing you don't go tension me. You're messing with the wrong person. Then the things say I gentle for face.
I no go mind if you pressure me. I go carry woman attention, you too. Biker is a EOD, but I go gather money by Lambo too. My intention, my money and my blood pressure, they go together anytime we turn up. Teddy Baba said he got lock up, but they boycott. My girlfriend, we define, no be business, na kwekwe we dey drive, no be tinted. Na 5 face you get, you know get manners. Na big dress you get, you know get lineage. Na Gucci, you know no good thing.
King and Queen Radio.
Better make a single again. Better make a give you old school style. Then you saute. Better make a jingle. Better make a sing good again. Make I give you both style. Play push at the bill, cause I get it.
DJ Box.
Tell me where you dey go, girl. I need you here right
King and
now.
Queen Radio.
Hide me spirit, hide me soul. Staying at me until the sundown. Bum bum sweeter than Mirinda, Caterpillar, big it deeper. London diva, buy you visa, tequila, give me ginger. Fresh like bread, what they do today. Woman, you know it Mary Kay. Woman, girl, you take away. All that gas, they still delay. Make I give you bottom belly. This is you there. Fresh like bread, what they do today. Woman, you know it Mary Kay. Woman, girl, you take away. All that gas, they still delay. Make I give you bottom belly. This is you there.
DJ Box.
I'll never be done with your love, just know I'll be here for the long run. Come rain, come sun, I'll be right here. Be anywhere, right there. You're leaving red free in my heart, right here. The left side of my chest. Baby, I touch my allegiance to you because I'm the
DJ Box.
I could like to be on up at night. So now only your post, I could shoot in my shots. Even the gear, no face. We go choke it like for one trouser. See my own self, now oversized. Okay, the carbon shots for you overpriced. Now you got it, baby, go energize me. Only your love, you could play for me. Only you, na my telephone. Only I show no be any money more. So now only your love, you could play for me. Only your love, you could play for me. Only you, na my telephone. Only I show no be any money more. So now only your love, you could play for me. Shadi oh, call everybody oh, daddy oh, mommy oh. Making them know want to know. Say one thing, girl, lead to something, and not something because one thing loving.
Don't you tell me make I cool it down. Remember back in I get we dey sleep for ground. Now rubbing shoulders with a ceiling fan. A nigga we dey fight with a nigga with another nigga we no get shishi nigga. A nigga got a rifle a nigga and a nigga pull a trigger. Guess I got the upper hand you. So me I hold her with a rubber band you. No dey for mujaga ban you. Now my jaga music everybody bang you know. And when I sit it down, then I start to reason how we been dey grind you. Let it is attacking man you. But don't you mess up with my other man you. My inner joy, my inner joy. All I want is inner joy, my inner joy. Don't they mess with me at all, my inner joy. All I need is inner joy, my inner joy. You're my inner joy, my inner joy. All I want is inner joy, my inner joy. Don't they mess with me at all, my inner joy. All I need is inner joy, my inner joy. Tunkolo do do. Better be there, oh juju, since body na fiber. I do wetin I dey do. No matter wetin you do, jealousy go gather. You see the reason why I fuck with you, my nigga. Say na because you know the stingy with a cigar. Even your lady, I dey knock her with Martina. It is unnecessary. Situation don't bad, yo. When you come in, I be city run mad, yo. And all of the neighbors don't wide, yo. But in this Nigeria, everything it don't cast, yo. You see the reason why I fuck with you, my nigga. Say now because you know this in the with a zika. Even your lady, I can knock with Martina.
Fire road, turn up and go. Pop some shampoo. You give me soup and now where I die, I be like Django. Lover boy no control, lover boy no call.
Anything, feels up tonight. Give me champagne, make up tonight. You know say me, I know they compromise. If you come tonight, you go come tonight. Waju, I'm a bachelor. Dangerous, I'm a bachelor. As she wine pon me, all the girls jealous. Come on, look, so just grind me slow. I'll do anything you want me to. If I leave you, make you find me, go. I can do this many times with you.
Make she no go enter inside my caban. Modu fire be like Jagabans. Philomena, can I be your party man? Make I pattern no kirika for the parolan. You get the melody where I think they forget. Make I sing her for the show, the fire peck her neck. Modu touch my breast, she give me consent. I go dey content, I cannot brag, I do have pressure, put me on the dress.
Weekend trips on the London.
DJ Partners.
You don't feel tabby the things I've seen. You no go believe the places that I've been. So you get down and get my own. Your money no fit be my own. Chop your meat, make I chop my bone. I carry my matter for my head. Matter for my head. Cause if nobody send me, my matter dey my head. For my head, not my matter for my head. Not my matter for my head. So you get down and get my own. Your money no fit be my own. Chop your meat, make I chop my bone. May nobody come pressure me, no. Make you know they be like say me, I know they try. So make you know they tension me, no. Make you know they be like say the boy no try. Say the boy no try, yeah. So you get down and get my own. Your money no fit be my own. Chop your meat, make I chop my bone. I carry my matter from my head. Cause if nobody send me, my matter dey.
You tryna beef me, cut up the end, don't wanna figure on the 6 feet. VVS on me, eyes blinks like 20. When me crash my whip, next day I got 50. Spin it round, nobody do it like Jesse.
They all let me now, everything first class. Chasing every day, I got no bound. I'm like bounce, it baby boy bounce. Oh chop that I jump and pass. They all let me now, everything first class. Chasing every day, I got no bound. I'm like bounce, it baby boy bounce. Oh chop that I jump and pass.
Yo, I got big dreams for life. That young Gabbana is not new thing.
And I love to say a big shout out to Billion, big up to you and Marianne and all the rest of the crew, and a shout out to you for such an excellent job. And do let the people know that about the new video, Sister Dobong Prayers on YouTube.
Yeah, of course. Sister Dobong is we as a team have been working to make sure that we put together a lot of things, and Sister Dobong platform is not always left behind. Of course, it is one of the main reasons why we work together as a team. So Sister Dobong spiritual prayers are actually special packages for people that are actually people that need spiritual help, spiritual guidance, spiritual counseling, and psychic reading, horoscope, and everything that has to do about any other thing that has to do with the general questions about life itself and nature. So if there are people who are on this journey of life as in general, and they are looking for a compass, a guide is all about a guide. And then Sister Dobong has always been here for a very long time. Even, people have been giving testimonies. I myself am a living testimony. So we have to, make sure that we extend it to the rest of the world, so that the rest of the world will also experience this greatness. So Sister Dobong video is it just dropped on the YouTube channel Sister Dobong. You can just type at Sister Dobong and it will take you on the YouTube channel. That is, if you're on YouTube, that is the username is at Sister Dobong. So you'll be able to subscribe to the YouTube channel and watch that video for free. That video is powerful, very powerful. And except if you are not actually, maybe you don't have time, but the moment you open it, your soul will resonate to it. Your soul will resonate to it the moment you open it, because it is a powerful prayer. So we urge all our listeners out there to go check it out. Once you share with your families and friends. Of course, if you need more on Sister Dobong, there's a complete website about Sister Dobong that has everything. So when you go to the website www.sisterdobong, sister together with, that is sister dobong.com, sisterdobong.com. So when you go to the website, you'll be able to see everything that entails the horoscope, the psychic reading, the lucky number, the powerful prayers to get your loved ones back, the powerful prayers to get someone out of a prison, the prayer for luck, and there are so many laws that govern nature in general, and Sister Dobong knows about all these laws, and that is what we are talking about. Like, you can, everything you wish for, everything you want in life, is possible, you get it. When you talk about vibration, you talk about the psychic, the energy, you talk about the chi flow, you talk about the energy flow, the human body system, the third eye, the everything. You want to know more about that, you meet Sister Dobong, because I think it's just, there are very few people that have this knowledge on this planet right now. It's not everybody that truly has this gift. So one of the blessings of gift is, having the gift to be able to bless humanity with what you have is one of the great things to do. And Sister Dobong has been doing that for a very long time. So if you need more, you can visit sisterdobong.com, and then you'll be able to see everything about Sister Dobong and psychic reading and their spirituality. And the YouTube video is actually, there are some people who would prefer to have a play of the prayer. So the prayer is there, you can play it over and over and over again, and it is very detailed, like you it will be like you communicating with Sister Dobong. And when you be able to receive the prayers, you can say amen to it, you can share, and then you'll be able to take part in some of the blessings that has been professed there. So it is great. When I played it, I listened to it over and over again. So it is something that it is powerful and adds beauty to the soul. So I encourage you and I urge you out there, all our listeners, to visit sisterdobong.com as well as the YouTube channel, and subscribe and share. We so much appreciate that.
If you're just joining us now and you're just coming on now, we're King and Queen Radio, and we're live in New York City. That's every Monday night from 9 to 12, and from 12 to 2 we're in Africa. So the timing is different, 5 hours different. So do your homework from there. And I just want to say a shout out to everybody who just tuning in now, and don't change that dial, but do share and like the pages and let your people know what you like about us coming on early morning. And we'd like to say a big shout out to our DJ in America, Tony Blend. Big up to you, Tony Blend. I'll see you back there next week. And shout out there to everybody who's supporting King and Queen Radio from America or worldwide, listening to us now. Continue sharing and like the page. Please share and subscribe. We'd love for you to subscribe. And do go to sisterdubong.com and check it out. Also, King and Queen Radio 24/7 and BrooklynStation.com. That's 24/7. So you want to tune in to us and enjoy the great show. We'll be looking forward to entertaining you. That's every week. So stay tuned for a great show. Okay? Because we are here for you. King and Queen Radio. BrooklynStation.com, SisterTheBond.com. So we're gonna keep this good music. DJ Pop Mark, Friday show, you played some great music. I mean, it was beautiful, and I love that interview with Jolly Boy. Wow, Jolly Boy did a great job. It was good to hear from Jolly Boy, and just can't wait. So many different artists are coming on, and we want to bless them all.
Yeah, and in case you're listening to us, this is King and Queen Radio, and this is the Monday Night Show. Beautiful morning in the city of Lagos. We're making sure that we bring you the best of the day before you kickstart, before you go to your places of work, your places of businesses, your places of whatever you do to keep your life going. Music is a food for the soul and is a weapon of the future, says Fela Nikolabo Kuti. And we give you the best of the sounds, we give you the best of music, entertainment, dialogues, discussion, updates, and of course a platform for everybody. So as a multicultural station, what we do is to bring people together, and of course to bring talents together, bring creativities together, and a platform of opportunity for everybody. So we are open for business. If you want to contact King and Queen Radio, you want to just call us on +1 718 253 7273, and the number again is +1 718 253 7273. You can also send us a mail at africanreader@aol.com, africanreader@aol.com, so that you'll be able to send us a mail directly anytime, any day. Now we want to communicate. We want to also congratulate the Lagos State government, Lagos State government, for all the commissions of the project that has been going on. The new Agege Bridge that is still ongoing. The construction is still going, and of course we commemorate the efforts of the Lagos State government, and we congratulate His Excellency Chief Babajide Sanwo-Olu. We congratulate His Excellency Chief Babajide Sanwo-Olu on this great achievements, and it's a great thing to, as a governor of Lagos State, it is not easy to lead the people with such a crowd, with such millions of people in this state, and then everybody is just busy and everyone is working hard. In a state like this, it's always not easy to lead people. So we want to say kudos to you, sir. King and Queen Radio is extending its wishes and great more strength to you, and more strength to you and your cabinet. We pray that you achieve more and more. Now, a lot of things has been going on. Please don't spread false news on social media. Don't spread false news on social media. Remember what happened during the Ebola time, when a lady came on Facebook and said people should take salt, and the whole of Nigeria took salt. It was a terrible night. At that time, people experienced something they never experienced in life before. So please, with the situation that is going on in Niger, Burkina Faso, Mali, and Sudan and other countries, please, we beg you, don't post on any unverified news. Make sure you check before you post. So your opinions do matter. We also want to talk about this on this show today. And what do you think about the speech of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu concerning the deploying of Nigerian army troops to Niger? Niger is a neighboring country that shares border with Nigeria, and Nigerians are called Nigerians or Nigerians, but it's different from Nigeria, which ends with A. So their own ends with E, and the spelling of their own country is Niger, not Niger. Niger is Niger, so it's Nigerians. So those are people from I will say Niger, because Niger is in Hausa, so Niger is in English, so that is the right pronunciation of Niger. So with what has been going on in Niger lately, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was he proposed to the Nigerian Senate that they should deploy the Nigerian army to Niger for taking control, because there was a coup that actually took place. There was a coup that took place in Niger. The president of Niger was overthrown by a military leader. So what happened was that Nigeria is the leading chairman. Nigeria is the country that leads the ECOWAS, economic of West African countries. So the thing is, any president of Nigeria is automatically a chairman of ECOWAS. So what we intend to talk about is that, what is your take on deploying the Nigerian armies to go and fight that military? That is like that is so much like, it's almost like waging war. This might escalate to something else that we didn't want it to. But please, we want to urge you guys to always spread the truth and always spread peace and love, not war. We don't want this country to experience war like it has happened in the eras of war. People that are praying for war have not seen war. Have you seen the World War One? Have you seen the World War Two? Just check the documentaries and see the terrible things that the human eye cannot comprehend. So much atrocities has been done in this war. War crimes have been too much. Like, bloodshed has been going on for a very long time, and it's too much. We don't want that to happen in our generation. So there are many ways to fight wars, which you can use peace as a weapon, says Mahatma Gandhi, and of course Martin Luther King, the first Braveheart. Now, if you want to use that, normal ammunition, you want to use power. Nigeria is governed by democracy. There was a time that Nigeria was under the military rule. I'm not saying we should go back to it. Both the military rule and the democracy have their own dark sides. But then, what is your take on it? Are you supporting that Nigerian government should deploy the Nigerian army soldiers to Niger to fight and reinstate the democratically elected president? That means Nigerian army is going to be fighting the leader, the Nigerian leader that is the military leader. So with that, I don't know, what is your take on that? Excuse me. We're going to talk about that in the show. So you'll be sending in your contributions so that we will talk about it together collectively. So what is your take on that, ladies and gents? Let's enjoy some songs and then we come back and continue with the show.
I just wanna live my life and rule my destiny. I pass it sugi do him. Lifestyle be do him. Come here mo bet nang ibang boys in the town don't to me. I pass it sugi do him. Lifestyle be do him. Hey, it's giving any time. Paudo man I am finished bane kabe yenye mi kuose kame jobi sani mi di word ko moki mi di sem ayanya ngobamo man mi mode bagen kenga for the war complete. Yeah, nyembe won't be anya nam drip baba on flick. Yeah, fending punk for a camo. Ibara nyeme ta ufa ijobo kano. Pay attention to the details, get the memo. Ikuwa nyeme ma wo ibigi memo. Ban said iwago. Many cameralize on me. Kono boy by sugenege kombi. Goodness and blessings follow me every day. Yeah, oh, I just wanna live my life and rule my destiny. I pass it sugi do him. Lifestyle they do him. Come here mo bet nang ibang boys in the town don't to me. I pass it sugi do him. Lifestyle get do him. Nigga, Eddie dem me pass them. You don't get out for some biggie penny. I get some dough. We the ones come in and take over your city, yo. It be me a so yo. You know, say me I get the vibe in abundance. Yeah. She be the one shake body. She be the one dance. Oh Lord have mercy. Medyo ken funny dogo birthday me bon song tamme tok Hennessy dogo won fun man me usong ko medyo ken Hennessy no man san binge anyhow anytime anywhere kuya gide mo nyenge taka nyemi nini if you feeling me put your hands up in the air I just wanna live my life I know my destiny basi suki do life
Said I need you in the morning, but I need you now. Yeah, I find you, I give you all you needing. I know what you like. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. You feel on my body. You don't need no other body.
Say now me they mess up your mind, and now me they make you free up your mind. Say your body talk to me nice. Say now my love you they need for your life. Yeah, our love no be lie. Say yeah we day together, yeah day and night. Yeah, if I leave you go by. Yeah, if you leave I go stroking your body, baby. Loving your body, baby. As you're whining your body, baby. So crazy, loving your body, baby. Girl, you want need to me. I just wanna let you know. Hope every day
you don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you feel on my body. Only you feel on my body. I prayed for this moment. I would be by your side. And I don't wanna forget those lonely nights. Ooh, so tell me that you gon' ride with me. Tell me that you never lie to me. I just wanna make you proud of me. Want you loving every side of me. I love the rhythm of your heartbeat, the way you pushing up on me. I can tell that you want me. Let me show you how it's gonna be. You don't need no other body. You don't need no other body. Only you behold my body. Only you behold my body. You don't need no other body. Hey baby, everybody's the same. No one loves you like that. No one wants you the same way. Up till the morning, my head wants to turn from your loving. I just wanna get you beside me. Give me all you need. Give me all you need. Give you all you. Give me all you need. Give you all you need. Give you all. Make I give you all you need. Every touch you need. Give you all. Make I give you all you need, baby. Yeah. You don't need no other body.
Give her some peace of mind. I'm gonna give her some peace. I'm gonna give her some peace. I'm gonna give her some peace of mind. Whoa, 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 whoa. Blow up some trees tonight. Blow up some trees. I'm gonna give her some peace. I'm gonna give her some peace of mind. Whoa, 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 whoa. Nobody know. Nobody know. Nobody know what's in I day face. So nobody know. Nobody know. Nobody know what's in I day face. So nobody know. Nobody know. Nobody know what's in I day see. Oh, nobody know. Nobody know. Nobody know what's in I day see. Oh. So many things just there for my mind, oh. How many happiness man fit to buy, oh. Every day man need to wake up to hustle. But we know this setting waiting goes up tomorrow. Hey, wait. One bottle she not to cure my grace. One bottle she not to cure my grace. You know if you do this country where you know they grace. Gunshot no less me meditate. Hypertension full of the place. People they die. Police itself they go deny the case. I'm looking for some peace of mind. I'm looking for some peace. I'm looking for some peace. I'm looking for some peace of mind. Whoa, 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 whoa. Blow up some trees tonight. Blow up some trees. I'm looking for some peace. I'm looking for some peace of mind.
Whoa. My mama call me, say take a easy, oh. I don't know waiting go ease me, oh. My baby call me, say she go please me, oh. No be everything be sex. I mean, I know they find any peace, yo. Don't tell whether they hustle. They jump on shot to shots, This pain, don't be only my pain. Many people pain, try my pain. Many people pain, they run in my vein. Many people don't die in vain. I'm looking for some peace of mind. I'm looking for some peace. I'm looking for some peace. I'm looking for some peace of mind.
Zagadat.
Life so easy.
I lick Perry.
Oh, Betty Bondis.
DJ Pop.
Rain or shine.
So my team, I was looking for a good name for the call our show coming directly from King and Queen Radio show coming from Africa, and we need something to say. And I come up with Africa is awake. If you think that is a good for us to use as a, well, I won't call it a logo, but it's something like a logo. Africa is awake. We want them to vote on that. Everybody vote on it. Should we call our show Africa in the Morning? Africa is awake. Because the reality, Africa has awakened all over the world. Everybody's knowing about Africa and the artists. And Africa right now is carrying big name worldwide. So African is risen. So we want to say Africa is awake. And we would like those votes to come in so you can announce it to us a lot. Should we say Africa is awake? If someone can vote and come in with a better name for us to say, well, we can use that too, and we can think about it. So if anybody got something to say for our show for Africa in the Morning, Africa is awake, do write me, africanreader@aol.com. That's africanreader@aol.com. Again, that's AFRICANREADER@AOL. africanreader@aol.com. Simply write us here, and we can be able to put all the votes together, cast the votes in, and see, will we name the show in the morning Africa is awake?
And of course, it is a great observation and it is a great suggestion. I think it is true. We're open. So if you're listening to us, drop us a suggestion. What do you think we should call the show in? Africa is awake. It is a great name. This is a name suggested by the CEO and owner of King and Queen Radio herself. And this shows unity. In other places where where the owner this a private radio station, and the owner is giving an opportunity for people to give it a name. This is nice, and it has never been done anywhere before. And we are learning from your humility, and we so much appreciate you for that. And you giving everybody a voice, and for me, I go with that because Africa is truly awake. Except if somebody who doesn't understand what the rising of Africa in entertainment, in medicine, in education, in discovery, and of course the dominance of in the world of technology and tech and the rest. So in the world of arts and creativity, Africa is also, it's there like for a very long time. So this rising is this Africa, or maybe you can call it Africa rising, or Africa is awake. I think it's a good thing. Africa rising or something. Africa is awake or Africa awake or something, but it is good. This is a head start, and at least it has given a picture of, at least having a picture of what it will be, given to the program, and especially what we are doing here in the motherland. So it is great. I think for me it's okay, and we'll also ask the rest of the team members and let's hear their opinions. You also have a name you want to give, you can call us on 718-253-7273, or you can drop us a message at on our social media platforms. Anytime we go live, the social media platforms are always live, so you drop a message for us and we'll be able to read them out. So that is that on that.
Well, I have a professor,
yes,
and I have a wise man, young wise man. Well, I have a great question about that I want to ask you today, and I want you to go in the topic as much as possible. So many people is Igbo, from the Igbo tribe, and as it is said in American and other places that they arrived was the first Jews to be exiled and was sent all over the world. I have heard many stories, and I would love for you to tell us about the exodus of the Igbo, and where do you possibly think they originated from, and do they still carry the same culture from the past, which I've heard they still do, but they also carry culture from Africa as well. So what is the comparison between the Caucasian Jews and the African Jews? Are they the same family, the same people? Are they descendants of the same person? I don't know which one of those brothers the Jewish people come from, but you had gave history on that before, so I think you need to give us all a little more schooling on the originality of the Caucasian Jews, and was once upon a time. I've heard from other African here in Nigeria told me that it was a sun climate, and that when they left Egypt, they was in Ethiopia, and as Ethiopia they got darker as they moved forward. Is that a myth, Lot? Is that actually reality? And in Nigeria, where did they last settle? I understood also they was in Ireland. So you may know a little more than me. Give us a little brief history of the Igbo tribe, and how did they come about, and how far are they going now in life as far as practicing the same belief?
Okay. Thank you very much. First of all, I appreciate you for the props and the encouragement. I'm on my way to becoming a professor, yet I'm not yet a professor, but I'm grateful for that, and it's encouraging me the more. The thing is, Igbos have a very, very, very long history, and it has been said that they are one of the lost tribes of Israel. And these claims have not been verified yet, because there was a time they took a sample of their own DNA and it was tested here in Nigeria, and the DNAs didn't match, so it didn't match with the present day Jewish world or people. So, but there is this, what actually would make you understand is that their traditions and their cultures have the same way the Israelis celebrate their Hanukkah, their Passover, their Feast of Unleavened Bread, and the rest of them. The same way the Igbo peoples have a tradition, but in an African way. So you see, there is a link, whether we like it or not. I think for me, I always, as a philanthropist and somebody who believes, an activist, I believe that the origin of man is from Africa. I believe that before man spread it into the whole part of the world, man originated from Africa. This is my belief, and I have every proof to prove that. Now I'm talking about the Igbos. There's a man called Abo. Abo is convinced that the Igbo ancestors were Jewish, just like you said. He is convinced because the son of Yaakov, which is Jacob, was Gad. And I learned that, he was among those people who went out of Israel to exile. When something happened to Israel, they were scattered all over the world. And the Bible says there is a time when all of them will come back, and they are going back to the land which he promised them. That's according to that. So Abba says that from there he had a son called Eri, and his son gave birth to a son called Aguleri, and that's how the Igbo race began. So these claims have not been verified yet, like I said earlier, but they have similarities in culture, very, very close, very close, and somehow related. So, and there are fair Igbos, very fair. You look at them, like they come out like they have a red skin, they're yellow, some of them are even white. They are white Igbos, I'm telling you, believe me. So the thing is, they are very fair, and there are normal African, brothers and sisters out there. So this history is a very, very long and a complicated one. Where did the Igbo people originally come from? I would put it that way. I think the Igbos are believed to have originated as the people several thousand years ago in an area where it flows through the Benue flows river and into the Niger River. The Igbo people were active slave traders selling captives from the interior to European traders. They also partook in that, but it was not, I'm talking about generally Igbos, like this is not even part of this, is just one of the things they did. Now Igbos have a very long and powerful tradition. They have many gods, they have a beautiful culture, they have significant ways of portraying and preserving their ancestral culture. The truth is that so many histories have been lost. If I'm telling you, even the internet doesn't have some of the archives, some of the informations, because most of the African histories, remember, were transmitted or passed from one generation to another generation verbally. So imagine if our ancestors, there are some of the documentaries that our ancestors developed a form of writing. Igbos have a form of writing, just like the way the Ethiopians have. Ethiopia is the only country today that has its own writing that even the computer and internet recognized. They have their A, B, C, D down to Z, D. They have their own alphabets, the Ethiopian alphabet. The Igbos also had it, but it was influenced by the British when they came to Nigeria, when they came to Africa. They influenced them, and the history, their own part of their own type of writing is vanished, is gone. Just like the way the Benin people have, but it also was destroyed by the British. So when they came, a lot of these histories were destroyed. These people destroyed so many histories in Africa. So there are ones that were able to recover. There are ones that were not able to recover till date, and is gone with the ancestors. And somehow, some way, the ancestors, maybe they feel like, I think our children has evolved and they have a way of communication. If there has been no way of communication, one of the ancestors will reincarnate with the knowledge of the ancient times and bring it to us, which I believe is possible, very, very possible, because reincarnation is a common thing. But we know we're already comfortable with the modern system of writing, so the ancestors feel maybe there's no need. they've evolved and they have moved on, and they're already comfortable with the normal means of communication. So his life is already easy for them, but they can still maintain their culture. So the Igbo people they were believed to have, they are one of the lost tribes of Israel. You know, Israel has 12 tribes, Abi? Yeah, the 12 tribes, Gad, Joseph, Zebulun, Naphtali, and the rest of them. And so, but it has been believed that, like I told you, I said, there are the Jews. I think the Jews, their roots, they come from Africa. But at the time when Africa was not called Africa, remember that everybody came from Africa. At the time when this place was not called Africa, it was called in a different ancient name. This place was an amazing place that everybody was coming to. You know, when Egypt was the only school in Africa, people traveled to come and learn education in Egypt. Pythagoras himself came to Egypt to learn geometry. He developed the Pythagoras theorem. The Greek philosophers came to Egypt to school to study. At a time when Africa was not called Africa, it was the given name. The name Africa was given by Africanus to honor Africanus, which is not our name. But then, since we have taken the name, everything about us is spiritual. The name has been adopted, and the name has become part of us. So we as Africans, these lands have outnumbers. This land was here since the time of creation, before humans begin to inhabit these lands. So the Jews, they come from Africa. Their root is in Africa. Before God told them that he promised them another place to go, you understand? So somebody asked me a question. He said, why did God choose these people? Why did he call them the chosen? No, everyone is chosen. Why? Because I wouldn't say these people are chosen. I wouldn't say, because they are the small set of people that didn't practice any other type of religion after the fall of the Tower of Babel. They are some of people that didn't corrupt themselves with the evil teachings of the world. So I believe one of the reasons why God is using them to reach the rest of the world. But they are from Africa. They are our brothers and sisters. So how come do you think we have the same eyes, the same nose, the same position of the head, the same skin, the same hair, and you tell us that these people come from space? No. We are from the same origin of human creation. We are from the same source of creation. So it's just that our inquisitiveness, the nature of our inquisitiveness have differentiated us. The Chinese people settle in the east of Southeastern Asia. The Ukrainians travel to the other parts of Ukraine. The Chinese go to the other side. People settled in the ancient times at a time when the weather was able to change, the weather condition was able to change the human skin and complexion. So this is a very long time. We're talking about prehistorical times. So as much as our minds can go, the only evidence that can give us is carbon dating, which is not even accurate. Carbon dating is not as accurate. Man is old. Man has been living for millions of years, like hundreds of thousands of years, for a very long time, prehistorically, before history began. So Moses was born in Egypt. Is that true? Which is yes. Moses was born and raised in the palace of Pharaoh. In fact, Pharaoh loved him as his own, as his son. So many people believe Moses was black. Moses was black because he was raised African. He was born and raised African. So, and he was raised an Alkebulan, because at the time he even came, his people don't even know him until he killed an Egyptian, and he told an Egyptian that, say, look, I am your brother and my name is Moses. I was born by so person, and I'm so person, and I'm going to lead you out of Egypt to the place where God has promised us. You see, so Moses was born and raised in Egypt, in the palace of Pharaoh himself. He found favor and was raised in the palace of Pharaoh. So it is believed that as the world has advanced, people intermarried. Don't forget, the Arabs, where's the origin of the Arabs? Is from Egypt. when Sarah was unable to give birth, to Isaac, she encouraged Abraham to lay with their maidservants. So when she laid with her maidservant, she gave birth to a child which was named Ishmael. Ishmael is the generation of the Arabs today. Yes. And Hagar was the servant or the slave of Abraham. Hagar, her name was Hagar, 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 and she is from Egypt. So the ancestors of Arabs is from Egypt. So the same thing, we intermarried with these people, and at the time, the world was different back in those days. Hundreds of thousands of years ago, the world was different. The world was not the way as chaotic as it is now. Like people have created differences, created borders, created boundaries, and all that. So the Igbo peoples are believed that they are one of the lost tribes of Israel, because these people have been going collectively from one place to another in the quest to make sure that they reach their promised land. So it's just like in Africa. It's just like Africa was one big family, and God decided to choose one family to bless the rest of the people. That's the way I see it. So it's not that the rest of the people, in a family, there must be a chosen child in a family. If you have a kids of 3, one of them is always going to be different. You can't. One of them must be different. All of them are never going to be the same. If you give birth to a boy, maybe 2 boys and 2 girls, or maybe 2 boys and 3 girls, or maybe no matter how it is, one of the child will always be different. So in a family setting, I believe that they originated from Africa. This is where the Israelites come from. The Jewish, they come from here. So before they settled in the Middle East, there in Israel. So just like back in the days, the ancient times, if an ancestor wants to settle, maybe if they are working together as a family, they would divide themselves. Just like the way if they go hunting and they kill an animal, they will divide the animal according to the number of the families. And if they divide the animal according to the family, they will say, you take the head, you take the chin, you take this one, take this side, take this one, take this part. They will divide it among themselves. The same way they divided the lands among themselves. They say, you settle in this land, you should go there. I would go to this place, I would go to this place. So they divided the land so that they will subdue the earth and settle, And I don't have any scriptural text of this to back any of this thing I'm saying. But of course, you have a proof. If you go to the east, you find the Igbos. You go to the west, you find the Yorubas. You go to the north, you find the Hausas. You go to the middle belt, you find the Angas, the Jukuns, the Biroms, the Nok cultures. So this was how the ancestors divided the lands among themselves. You will settle here, I will settle here, and there are nomads among themselves. Those ones are like, okay, this is our job, this is what we do. We take care of our animals, and we have to move from one place to another. These are the nomadic ones, the Fulanis, the Niger Congo family, the Afro-Asiatic family, and the rest of them. So the Igbo people come from this is their origin here in Africa, but they are believed to be the brothers of the Jewish. So let me put it that way. And the Exodus that you talked about, I don't know much of that. I think the Exodus of Jews, most of the Exodus that talks about the Exodus is from Egypt to Israel, which is they're leaving Egypt to Israel, which is called the Exodus. So this is that on that. I think we'll still talk about that maybe subsequently in other shows with more research on that.
We are live here on King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com and SisterDobong.com, and we have a real great show here. And I'm really enjoying the show with you this morning. And I had a bit of breakfast this morning, and the breakfast was very delicious. And when I say very delicious, it wasn't really breakfast in America, because I had just some tea and some bread, and that was good for me. But I know your folks out there, I hope you're taking your breakfast now with us and listening to us, and as you traveler. And I like to say a big shout out to all the workers out there, all the people who's out there trying to make a living, and I want to say big up to you all out there.
All right, let's enjoy some songs and then we come back to wrap up the show.
She tell you that she occupied, but she on this pipe, blow me out. Same amount of people wanna tell me I'm gonna live my life. So for me, they go for me shy, oh. I just wanna be okay on my own. I don't get time for bad energy, yeah. Oh yeah, nothing fit tension me. That for me need passion me. When I walked in my old ages. Cause you know me, yeah. Bad, don't let me. Let me out that one nigga, me my body lonely. I say, give me shy, oh. Give me claro, my body lonely. Many things I worry my best, many things I worry best in my heart. Say if I say other day, please don't take it past it now. Say I'm on higher, someone tell you I don't shy, oh yeah, say yeah. All my guys on claro, all my guys on alcohol, sip one, smoke one, pass some. Say many people wanna tell me I'm gonna live my life. So for me, they go for me shy, oh. I just wanna be okay on my own. I don't get time for bad energy, yeah. Oh yeah. What do I do? Oh yeah, you're special. Your body pressure. Oh, your body special.
DJ Podmax.
I can see pleasure. Oh, your body special. Oh, your body's pressure. So we going all night. I need you all night, girl. All I need you. No one I can do this shit myself. Like the wrong right there, I felt. I need you all night, girl, I got the day for you. Spend many days I feel the chase on you. Big bad boys, I know they play with you. Now you are the one that keep it straight with you.
Queen Radio.
I'm the call on you. I dey see for your hand with the play with you. This kind of love will make a nigga pay. And we get something we I know fi trade. Baby girl, one night, one line, 2 times. You get that thing when they make a man sing. For the emergency, make you call my line. And the body con days in a heavy man dream. She for me, she go stay one night, no lie. She dey give me all the things where they make a man please. Oh yeah, Joe, baby, Joe, my Joe. Why baby, so more big, go my road. Oh yeah, you're special. Your body pressure. Oh, your body special. I can see pleasure. Oh, your body's special. Oh, your body's pressure. So we going all night. I need you all night, girl. All I need you. No one I can do this shit myself. Like the wrong right there, I felt. I need you all night, girl. Yeah, I need your body. Wine am now slowly. Make I be your journey. Money they will plenty. My love rope. Money they all rub up. Cut down man, no. Me I ain't nobody touch. Bad girl controlling me. Your body feel my soul for real. Show me the things you go do for me. Yeah, you know that, yeah, you clean for real. Although you won't go for me. I'ma get me, I know go free. I get things I want to show. The king of songs of blues.
DJ Podmax.
Man, mission. I see no competition, and I mind my business. God is my witness. They don't see my vision. I'm a local journey, moonlow, 1 in a million. Waiting them talk, say I do now. Yawade. Ojo tí mo lọ sọ̀rọ̀ mi, jẹ́ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ no. Yawade. Ojo tí mo lọ sọ̀rọ̀ mi, jẹ́ kó máa sọ̀rọ̀ kí ló tún fẹ́, kí ni mo ṣe? I dey try to go my way. kilo too fat, kill emotion. I dey judge and they go my way. Anything happen, I do. Ojoojúmọ́ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ mi, jẹ́ kó máa ṣe nàná. Ojoojúmọ́ ló ń sọ̀rọ̀ mi, jẹ́ kó máa ṣe nàná. I no fit dog, I no keep person, no. Me o sure my solo, I be sure boy. I no thief person, no. Enter my convoy, we dey burn up. I don't dey smoke it, go. One bank to the roll up, to the jog up. I no see person, no. Don't give a fuck, anything you talk, I did more than enough. I've been on the block, I've been giving it all on the dance floor. 24/7, 1 o'clock, and I swear to God. Ooh. I want them, you want coming, go 365 days in the morning up. Life on the road, I was in the go with the road, everything my road.
Sexy body,
killer today, killer too fat, give me more
sexy body,
I dey go my way, but them say
too sexy body,
killer too fat,
too sexy body shit, too sexy body, too sexy body shit. I'm too sexy for this shit, too sexy for this. Pretty girls like Delilah, oh, we designer, oh. Promise to got no feeling, you got the booty for 9 years, oh. Pretty girls for the wire, oh. Put it back now, never seen a nigga like me, smoking out like marijuana, oh. I don't know longer, you know how the thing goes stronger. Say make a jolly the thing go yonder. Your nigga know they make it slam like thunder. Checking my schedule, she is spoil my calendar. I don't be there, so me I come like general. The way she open up to me like customer. She tells my lover, then she order for the ride. Vanilla, 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 vanilla. They do a sweetie la, vanilla, vanilla. Vanilla, 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 vanilla. We do a sweetie la, vanilla, vanilla. Oh yeah, he got this girl skin tight with it, post my mind. She got the sugar on the pot, made the niggas call it forcing guy. My medulla obula, me I no feel reason wow tonight. You get this bedu baby matter for the town with the ground tonight. He been a boy, make I give you tender love, oh yeah, we'll see you. Oh yeah, dance here, make it dance here, give you tender love tonight. Till the morning light. Checking my schedule, she is spoil my calendar. I know be there, so me I come like general. The way she open up to me like customer. She tells my lover, then she order for the ride. Vanilla, 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 vanilla. We do a sweetie la, vanilla, vanilla. Vanilla, 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 vanilla.
Oh yeah, and I know say you they watch me from up there. I don't go like say you weak me, but I stay strong and I stay fair. So I just want flex this life before I leave this life. Cause someone know mama jaye, mama jaye me. I go double the bag, if I just say I slack. Cause someone know give me, give me. Legends can never die. Shooting up for the stars. I told you from the start, them no fi play my part. Legends can never die. Legends can never die. Shooting up for the stars. I told you from the start, them no fi play my part. Legends can never die. I got many things where I want to talk about. Wait till my eyes see, say my mouth no fi talk. I dey do my way, but some people over kaku. But I go still dey ball me, then call me Lukaku. So I just want flex this life before I leave this life. Cause someone know mama jaye me. Go double the bag, if I just say I slack. Someone know give me. Legends can never die.
Now, I know I'm so confused because I've been in America too long, lot, And being in America, as they say, when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do and learn as the Romans do. But sometimes that could be very bad for your own culture because it can be a mix-up there. But practicing the culture here in Africa a lot, I want you to extend to the people out in Americas and Europe and different countries. I want them to learn a little more about how it is to be in Africa and different villages and stuff. People go along the street in the morning and they sell food. Do they have any safety when it comes to serving food along the streets with different people? Do the people has to go get any certification? Anybody who got food can walk around and sell the food? And do people really trust people buying food when they go around selling it on the street, place to place? Can the food be trusted? Lot? Would you eat from places? Because with all the superstitions I hear and all the things go on, wouldn't people be afraid that they may do some what we call in America in the West Indian juju, voodoo, hoodoo on the food, and make you be going back all the time buying the food? What do you say, Lot? It's just food is food, and whoever make it, it doesn't make a difference. And they'll make a living from it, but the person who buying the food, is it cheaper to buy somewhere else, or it's really cheap when someone sell you their food that they cook?
Well, in Nigeria, I don't know. Nigerians don't actually need to have a certification before they start maybe an eating point or a restaurant or any place where you can cook and for people to come and eat. In Nigeria, everything, even a bitter thing is sweet to a hungry soul. If somebody is hungry, they don't care as long as whether the food is bitter or whatever. they will still eat it like that. But to respond to your question, Nigerians don't actually have any certification. They can eat anything. I personally, as long as maybe if I go to any place I want to eat, I'll check maybe if the food is hygienic, I'll go ahead and eat. If it is not hygienic, I'll just go ahead and maybe change another place and eat. Because there are a lot of places in Nigeria where some of the foods are hygienic, and there are some places that the foods are not actually hygienic, because the environment can have the direct effect on the food, the water around that place, so differences, there has to be differences. I don't know how it is in other black communities in other parts of the world, but in Nigeria, all you need is a capital, because the government is not taking care of you. The government has left us to fend for ourselves. So what do? We innovate, we implement ways in order to take care of ourselves. So people becoming self-employed in Nigeria, one of the ways to become self-employed is to have an eatery point, or maybe a restaurant or a cooking point or a hub where people can come and buy the food you sell. So, and most restaurants in the world you go to, I think whether we like it or not, nobody knows how they prepare their food. You just go, and maybe if you're okay, maybe if you check their food, maybe you have a way of checking. Maybe you have to be smart and have a way of checking their food to see if it's actually hygienic. Then you can go ahead and eat. But the culture preservation, I think how it is in other parts of the world is different. And except if somebody has a feud with you, they wouldn't have to use maybe something to target you or something. But the way it is here in Nigeria is different. Now, Africans, we believe in unity, and we believe in looking out for one another, except if we have problems with somebody or something, or maybe a conflict or disagreement or something somewhere, but we are always together. And if something happens to this brother, as long as there's a family unit that has been maintained, a chain of family unit is being maintained, or is being respected, and is being looked out for. Like, I have a family here, I will say, okay, my brother, how are you doing? Once in a while, I'll call the person on phone and see how you're doing. It is a culture, it is a way that, it is our way of life, unlike it is in the States or in other parts of the world where everybody minds his business. But in Africa, we look out for one another, except if you have there are disadvantages and there are also advantages for both sides. So except if you have a feud, like I said, with somebody, you will not even have a problem sharing food. So, but for places where you buy food, I would advise people to always have a way of checking to make sure the food is hygienic before they go ahead and eat. So in Nigeria, everybody sells food even without a certificate. In other places, you have to be certified. But in Nigeria, just recently, they have introduced a way, the government has introduced a way of making sure that the foods are hygienic. So there's an agency that goes on from place to place checking whether the foods are hygienic. But in Nigeria, of course, corruption. They might just give money to somebody, to one of the agencies, and then you just give them the certificate without even checking. So you see, and it's endangering the lives of people. So most often, like, I would say, people should do their jobs, and since the government has bestowed this on their hands to look out for the hygienic aspect of food consumption for Nigerians, I believe the Nigerians have to, the agencies have to step up to their work, do their work, and make sure that the food that Nigerians consume is safe for them. So that is my take on that, And I don't know, in other places, I know they have KFCs, they have Chicken Republics, they have other places where they cook, they have eateries, they have food hubs, or maybe road bites. In Nigeria, we call them Mama Put. By the roadside, they will just put their foodstuffs by the roadside. You want to eat and go anytime, you can just stop, and they save life, because maybe if you go to a place where they sell no food and you're hungry, you don't have any place there, you have no option than to eat that food. So sometimes they do save lives, and like I said, to a hungry soul, every bitter thing is sweet. Even a bitter thing is sweet to a hungry soul. So if somebody is hungry, sometimes they don't even care whether the food is, they will say whatever the food is, however it is, they will still consume it. So that is my take on that.
Again, if you're tuning in to King and Queen Radio. And I want to say again, thanks everybody for tuning in weekly with us. The ratings are very good. We love you all. And shout out to all the working people and all our supporters out there. And share and like the page, join it. And always leave us your comments. You can send them to me again, African Reader at AOL. That's AFRICAN READER at AOL.com. So feel free. This African Reader at AOL.com. So let us know what you're thinking.
Yeah, so you can also send us a message at africanreader at AOL.com. Call us on +1 718. That's +1. The +1 is because of the country code of the United States. So if you're calling outside of Nigeria, you can add +1 to the number and call us. Give us a call, 718-253-7273, and we'll be able to respond to your calls. Of course, Sister Dobong is always online 24/7. Like, you call anytime, any moment, the number will ring and they will respond to you. So another thing is, we also have our apps on Play Store. Our apps are on Play Store. We don't have on Apple Store yet. So we're working on that as a company or as a private property. The King and Queen Radio is a private property of Zina Palin, and of course that's also Sister Dobong. So we're working on that to have our apps on Apple Store. But for now, we are only on Android stores. You can download King and Queen Radio and have all the programs there 247. And the music in King and Queen Radio is 247. New music updated for your listening pleasure. So the links we provide on all the pages can link you up to all the songs that all the programs that are on here. We have sounds from the ancestors, we have Spanish music, we have R&B, pop, hip hop, jazz music, reggae, Latin, juju, fuji, amapiano, South African music, rumbo, Cuban music, salsa, all kinds of music, jazz, all kinds of music, even Arabic sounds. We play anything. So King and Queen Radio is a multicultural station. In case you're joining us, this is King and Queen Radio and / Brooklyn station, and we're holding it down together with the CEO. We're making sure that we give you the best of the day.
Again, I'm enjoying the music, Pat Mark. You got me jumping over here. I can't stop dancing. And folks, don't forget Pat Mark show every DJ Pop Mark every Friday from 1 p.m. to 3. That's American time. And I tell you, he has the place jumping in America. So folks, always tune in to DJ Pop Mark, and that's every Friday 1 to 3. And you can enjoy. He have guests and he have other people. And all our artists, you want to share and like their pages. Support our artists by downloading the links. Share and like the pages of all our artists. We want you to share and like their pages.
Right, and you can support all our artists from Jolly Boy to Pat Max to Sugar Smoke's Kitchen to David Brown, to all of them are doing great, and they're dropping contents, they're dropping songs for your listening pleasure. And of course, Jolly Boy songs, ABC Love is, I've been listening to the songs, and it's amazing. People are putting in the work and making sure they they come up with a beautiful form of art. Music is a beautiful form of art, that always fits the soul. So support our artists. All their songs on our pages. We've been posting them on the pages. You can just click and it will take you to all the list of the artists. Then you support them one by one. Just the support we need is just listening to their songs and sharing. It will go a long way in helping them.
Well, we had a good morning, and I'm about to go to an end lot. I had a great morning. I can't wait to see you over next week, and we're going to keep our African alive. And I know you got some good breakfast to tell the people that's good for them this morning, some good lunch or some good dinner. We are even going to share lunch and dinner because we don't necessarily have to eat breakfast in the morning. So if they don't eat breakfast in the morning lot, you can always give them some dinner to eat or something good to eat or something to bake. And we have to give these people some good African recipes. I have an American people out there who listening. So a lot of you can find one good recipe. Give us one recipe for the American peoples and worldwide that they can make something very nice for themselves. We even started a cooking class, seemed like we're having a lot. I had great fun here with you, DJ Pop Mark. And don't forget, folks, to share on my YouTube channel. You may be going through something right now. You want to go on YouTube and go to sisterdubong.com. On YouTube, Sister Dobong Prayers. That's on YouTube, Sister Dobong Prayers. That's SisterDobong, Sister Dobong Prayers, Prayers. And go there and listen. You may receive a message. Also, your lucky numbers is waiting there for you. So, if you love this show, we want you to support all the artists, every one of the artists. You download the app, kingandqueenradio.com, brooklynstation.com, and you want to let everybody know about all of our artists. You want to go back and listen to this program again. You want to go, it will be posted. It will be a show that you can see during the week again. You simply go on YouTube.
Yes.
You visit radio.co. Radio.co.
Yes.
King and Queen Radio. BrooklynStation.com. And don't forget to visit my page, SisterDobong.com, and go on the YouTube right now. Share and like the page and subscribe.
Yes.
Share, like the page, and subscribe. Sister Dobong Prayers on YouTube right now. New. Go and check it out and let us know. We had a good time, DJ Pop Bob. And don't forget, you got to pay special attention to our DJ Pop Bob.
Yes.
Love to dance? Well, check out DJ Pop Bob music. Check out his music. And you want to check out all the sites we got on King and Queen Radio, BrooklynStation.com, SisterDobong.com. So don't say you can't find us. Just simply put in King and QueenRadio.com, BrooklynStation.com. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. And the color to wear this week is brown. Brown will bring you a lot of luck. And make sure you read Psalm 69. Thank you, and God bless you all. And have a great day.
All right, ladies and gents, we've come to the end of today's episode of the Monday Night Show. It has been great. It has been great having you. A big shout out to all our brothers and sisters out there all over the world listening to this program. And of course, we say a big thank you. It's time for us to sign out because of time, so we won't be able to read some of your shout outs, but we keep them, and of course we share them together in the page. We appreciate all the love and support, and we would see you again same time, same station next week. Goodbye.
Start feeling like I had enough, then I contemplate giving up. If you're feeling like you can't level up, I'ma make you not stop at all. Because right when you start feeling like you can't level up, that's when you have to shut the devil up. I remember when I couldn't level up, no my money couldn't level up. Doing what I must, seem like there's always another level up. That's why you always find me looking up. But sometimes, in my life, you know me, I have to rebel up. My hair up and my fights in the club. Every day me try level up, so me striking them hard. Me go hard until I get to God.
Nya feko, jekkal ko. You can do it, wow. Never stop. Come on, sir, papa, why? Nya feko, jekkal ko. You can do it, wow. Never stop. Come on, sir, papa, why? Ah, yeah.
I remember when I couldn't level up, cause the Grammys had me feeling sick as fuck, throwing up and shit. Asking questions like, why wasn't us? Almost had a nigga feeling envious. Tell them to them can't bury us. Cause I love make me stand up every time I'm in fun. Come back standing twice as tall.
Fire do modu then go turn up and go. Pop some shampoo. You give me soup and where I die I be like Django. Lover boy no control. Lover boy no call.
Anything, feels up tonight. Give me champagne, make up tonight. You know say me I know they compromise. If you come tonight, you go come tonight. Why do, I'm a bachelor. Dangerous, I'm a bachelor. As she wine pon me, all the girls jealous. Come on up. So just grind me slow.